Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. China is the world's largest chip consumer market, which has attracted chip giants from the United States, South Korea, and other countries to do business in China. But since this year, China's integrated circuit imports have continued to decline, with the number of domestic integrated circuit imports reduced to 2,701.7 units from January to July. Even so, the Chinese market still has huge consumption potential. Biden, who did not want to break up with the Chinese market, gave in and relaxed the ban on Korean companies. China officially announced a data, and the results that Zhong Zhongmu did not want to see appeared. People's demand for various electronic products continues to increase, which requires a large supply of chips to support. China's consumer electronics market, such as mobile phones, computers, smart homes, and Internet of Things devices, is huge and has extremely high demand for high-performance, low-power chips. Demand determines the market. China's huge demand for chips has also created the world's largest chip consumer market. Chip giants who want to make big money have entered the Chinese market one after another. South Korean and American companies such as Samsung Electronics, Intel, and Qualcomm have either set up chip factories or R&D centers in China to deeply tap the potential of the Chinese market and achieve win-win cooperation with Chinese customers. However, the United States wants to win market competition unilaterally and does not want to see its competitors rise, so it has continued to adopt various restrictive measures. Chip giants in South Korea, the United States and other countries are bound by U.S. rules and cannot export advanced chip technology products to China at will. Mainland. Due to changes in market rules and changes in demand, China's integrated circuit imports have also continued to decline. China officially announced that from January to July this year, the number of domestic integrated circuit imports dropped to 2,701.7 units, a year-on-year decrease of 54.6 billion units. Broken down into amount, the total import volume in the first 7 months was 1.32 trillion yuan, a year-on-year decrease of 255 billion yuan. This kind of data is probably not what Samsung Electronics, Qualcomm, and other foreign giants want to see. The demand in China's chip market is still huge, but it no longer meets the demand through imports, but more through localized manufacturing to achieve self-production and self-sales. From reliance on imports to self-sufficiency, all this has a lot to do with U.S. chip regulations. Biden eases ban on South Korean businesses. Chips that the United States does not export are being manufactured by China itself. If this continues, foreign chip manufacturers may lose more chips shipped. At the critical moment, Biden gave in and relaxed the ban on Korean companies. According to news from Korean media, the United States will provide unlimited exemption rights to Korean companies including Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix, so that these Korean companies can continue to operate factories in mainland China and purchase American chip manufacturing equipment. Originally, in October last year, the United States imposed another round of bans, and Korean companies were also involved. Unless the United States granted them a 1-year exemption, they would not be able to purchase American chip manufacturing equipment normally. Taking into account South Korea's status as an ally, the United States did not intend to make the matter a big deal, so it exempted South Korean companies. The one-year exemption period is approaching, and the Biden team directly provides an unlimited exemption. This move is of great significance to Korean companies. Not only can it continue to expand its market share in mainland China and earn more revenue benefits, it can also distance itself from Chinese competitors and gain a greater advantage in production capacity. Of course, it is not without reason that the United States gives exemption opportunities to Korean companies. After all, South Korea is an ally of the United States. In recent years, the United States has issued many licenses to its own companies, allowing Qualcomm and Intel to continue doing business in the Chinese market. It relaxes restrictions on its own companies and is ruthless towards its allies' companies. Those who don't know better think it is targeting its allies. As long as Korean companies do not provide the most advanced technology to competitors, it will be okay if the United States relaxes the ban. What's more, the money earned by Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix will also be invested in the US market and participate in the layout of the US chip manufacturing industry, the construction of battery factories, etc. No matter why Biden relaxes the ban on Korean companies, in the final analysis it is for profit, and the United States will not do anything unprofitable. It is worth noting that the scope of the US exemption seems to only involve Korean companies such as Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix, and does not mention TSMC in Taiwan, China. If the United States does not grant TSMC the same exemption rights, then TSMC's decision to operate the Nanjing factory in mainland China is not up to TSMC. At least it will not be able to successfully purchase the required semiconductor equipment from the United States. What makes TSMC even more unexpected is that China has gradually mastered the ability to produce advanced process chips. The Mate 60 Pro launched by Huawei is equipped with the new Kirin 9000S chip. This chip is not manufactured by TSMC, but is produced in mainland China. The United States has said it will launch an investigation into this chip, but so far there has been no result. The result that Zhong Zhongmu did not want to see has emerged, that is, mainland China has the technical level to manufacture advanced process chips. Zhong Zhongmu once said that the chip manufacturing level of mainland China is 5 years behind that of TSMC. Now it seems that Zhong Zhongmu may change his tune. On the one hand, the United States granted an exemption period to Korean companies, but did not grant the same exemption rights to TSMC. On the other hand, mainland China accelerated the development of its chip manufacturing industry. These are not what TSMC wants to see. China is still the world's largest chip consumer market, but TSMC has chosen to invest $40 billion in the United States to build 2 high-end chip factories, clearly moving closer to American customers. Little did they know that TSMC was losing the right to control its destiny. From the moment it went to the United States to build a factory, everything seemed to be doomed. If TSMC does not want to be led by the United States, the best option is to persist in globalization, spread its presence in the mainland and even global markets, and get rid of its dependence on the United States.